And my next guests are all using their platforms to raise awareness about the importance of having a positive body image.
Hi, everyone. I am a lifestyle and motherhood influencer.
I am a body image coach and a community organizer.
I'm a full-time content creator and professional blogger.
After having my son, I hit the heaviest weight that I ever hit in my life.
When I started having more kids, my body just kept changing.
I remember walking into the mirror and not recognizing myself.
It made me feel so unworthy, like I didn't deserve to be loved because my body didn't look like how it used to.
And I was freaking out, like, I'm 29, I look old, I am old.
I made the decision to get plastic surgery when gravity was taking control of the things that I couldn't change.
I've never gotten cosmetic surgery. I don't believe in bouncing back or losing the baby weight.
Guess what? It's okay to look 29. Like, you're a grown woman. It's no reason why you should look like the way you did at 18 years old.
Joining us, podcaster and blogger Bethanie Garcia, who says women need to embrace their natural bodies. Blogger and YouTuber Carmen Carter, who made the decision, as you heard, to have surgery after giving birth to her second child. And Danni Adams is an influencer and body image coach who works with clients to change the way they perceive their bodies. Thank you all for joining us. Danni, I'd like to start with you because obviously perception is reality. And if someone says, I don't like something about my body, that is their belief, and that is their choice to believe that. How do we balance that conversation with, hey, it's okay to say you don't like something and you want to change something, with it diving into something negative?
So I think it's important for us to recognize that we all have body image struggles. I think it's important that we just don't be hard on ourselves about it. It's so tough to live in a society where everything is about beauty. You can go to the grocery store and you want to, health and beauty is on the same aisle. We've merged it together. And so I just try to remind myself and try to remind my clients to give themselves grace, because it's hard to, again, live in this society where we're on Instagram and we're scrolling and constantly comparing ourselves. There's no way to run from it. And I'm gentle with myself, and I teach everyone else to be gentle with themselves.
I love that. Be gentle with yourself. Bethanie, what does it mean when you say embrace my natural body? What does that mean for you?
For me, my body has changed so much from when I first gave birth, when I was 18 years old until now. And so I just believe in really embracing every single stage that my body goes through, and that's postpartum, or if I'm having health issues, it's really not even solely just because of birth, because there's so many women that their bodies have changed and they haven't given birth. And so for me, in my personal journey, I just try to embrace whatever I'm going through and how my body changes through those moments.
Carmen, I love your story because I think it's so relatable, giving birth to your second child. There is this pressure. Every blog is like, somebody would look at her snatch waist. Oh, you're snatched. And it's like, listen, it is not easy for everyone. And some people do decide to get the extra bit of help along the way. For you, take me to that decision.
Yeah, so after I had my son, I was the heaviest that I had ever been in my life. And one of the things that I had committed to do was losing weight. I wanted to get healthy. Then after, losing almost 40 pounds, I made a decision to have a mommy makeover because I essentially realized that after all the weight was gone, after I had hit my goal, gravity was still pulling down things like from my C-section, from breastfeeding. And I just, honestly, as I said before, I couldn't recognize myself anymore. And that hit me mentally, like that hit me hard. And so that was my decision.
When we come back, more of this raw and honest conversation with women about bodies. Welcome back. We're talking about body image, and we're joined by influencers Bethanie Garcia, Danni Adams, and blogger and YouTube content creator Carmen Carter. Danni, when you talk about the damaging stigma of weight in society, how do you balance it with, okay, this is health and this is weight? Because Lizzo gets it all the time and it makes me so mad, and I want to jump in and defend her, but she does a great job of defending herself when saying, you know, she is in the gym, she does work out, and she is finding the balance of health in also acknowledging that she is plus size. How do you, when people say, oh, well, you're overweight, so you're not healthy?
Well, first, I would like to say that I think it's just a problem that we tend to judge people based on whether or not they're healthy or not.
Yeah.
I don't need to treat you differently because I assume that you're not healthy at all.
Right.
And I just like to acknowledge that first. Secondly, I want to say that, you know, we can't look at anyone and determine their health anyway. And I think it's something that we need to unlearn in our society. We've grown up with diets. I know I started my first diet when I was about 5 or 6 years old. And so we've been conditioned to believe that people need to be a certain size in order to be healthy.
Yeah.
How many of you have gone to the doctor and there is a thin person and they have lettuce and tomato inside of it, and the larger person has, you know, burgers and fries? So we've been conditioned since we were very young to see people in that way. But for me, you know, I tell people, you can't tell me what health is. To me, it's my relationship with myself and my position.
Yeah.
We got to think about health in other ways. What about mental health, right? What about sexual health? There's so many other needs out there, and we have to make sure people, one, have access to food before we even start talking about what people should eat.
Yes, I love it, because that's the thing. You hear people all the time say, oh, well, they're overweight, so you're unhealthy. And it's like, wait a minute, there's a thin person there with high cholesterol or whatever. There's so many other factors that go into this conversation. Bethanie, help me understand what body neutrality is.
For me, when I first started on my journey of trying to learn how to love my body and kind of accept the things that I couldn't change, I saw body positivity everywhere, and especially with a lot of thinner women, and it just didn't always resonate for me. And there was mornings that I woke up even years into my body image journey, and I'm like, okay, today I'm really struggling with my body image. There doesn't feel like there's any positivity there whatsoever. So I've kind of leaned more into feeling neutral, and I'm accepting of the fact that there's days where I'm going to struggle no matter how far I've come. And I just always try to speak kindness to my body and remember that it's carried me through life versus
Bethanie, when you have those moments, and again, this is real talk, we all walk by the mirror and you're like, whoa, hey, I don't like that. How do you reset your mind? I just did a photo shoot and I said to Johnny, my hairstylist, I said, gosh, for the first time, I felt 51. I felt like they're trying to make me look fly in this photo shoot, and I'm 51. Not that you cannot be fly at 51. I'm saying me in that moment, I was like, oh, wow. I don't know. I didn't see myself for a moment. And then I snapped out of it because I have a great friend in Johnny Wright, my hairstylist, who was like, girl, please, how do you snap out of those moments?
The biggest thing for me is remembering that every single thing that I've been through in life, the hardest moments, my body has literally carried me through them. And that's what that carries me through life. And everything else that's in me that really matters is in here and in here. And that, you know, the outward strength, I hope to deconstruct what, like Danni was saying, what society tells us. And relearn it all. Yeah. And that's how I've gotten to where I am right now.
You know, I love many things about my team, and I love many things about the show. What I love is that you are 3 different women with three different journeys, and there's no judgment here. And Carmen, as I said, you've said I had a mommy makeover, and I'm about to give you a high five because I might be next. But, you know, I'm saying to you to say that that's the whole point of this show. You can still say, I decided to have cosmetic surgery, but still have a body positive mindset. And it is clear you are still a strong woman who clearly sees yourself as beautiful and as smart. And you made that decision because you wanted to. What is your message for women who say, you know what, it's all good. I support, you know, body neutrality. I support sizes and shapes, but for me, would like to do this. What do you say to them?
I think one of the messages that I want to convey to all women is that we are individuals. We are ourselves, right? And so no one can tell us how to love ourselves. We have to be able to internally look within ourselves and be like, what is best for me? What is best for my life? What is best for my mental health? And so when it comes to women making the decision whether or not they want to get plastic surgery or, they don't, my answer is do what you want. Do what makes you feel alive. Do what makes you feel happy.
Yeah.
Do what I think as a society, especially women, are judged so much for everything that we do, especially moms. We are always judged. And I think that it really comes down to what is best for you. And that was my decision. It wasn't about, how society was going to see me. It was about how I saw myself and how I could show up for myself every day.
I know you can hear it, but each of you, Bethanie, Carmen, and Danni, have gotten a huge applause from this audience because you are relatable, you are real. And I love that so much.